Hi, I'm Peoria Mayor Kathy Carlat. Thank you for joining me today on Peoria Pulse. People are moving to our growing city from far and wide, and one of the reasons why they are coming here is our incredible quality of life. In Peoria, our residents have the ability to hike and bike and just down the road from here go to Lake Pleasant, where they can swim and fish and enjoy all kinds of water sports. We have an incredible resort-style life here in the city of Peoria. It's something that we need to protect. It is our responsibility right now, the leaders of this city, it is our responsibility to make sure that future generations, our children and our children's children, can enjoy this incredible lifestyle. We need to protect our open space, protect these natural views, and build out the second half of our city with smart, responsible development. Today on Peoria Pulse, I have with me Mark Hammons, Vice President and General Manager of Vistancia, to talk about how valuable open space is, even to home developers. Mark, it is great to be here with you today in beautiful North Peoria at Vistancia. I would love it if you would tell me a little bit about the history of Vistancia, where we are today.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for having me, Kathy. We've been very fortunate. Vistancia just celebrated its 11th year and is one of the top-selling and most successful master plan communities, not only in the Phoenix metro area, but in the state of Arizona. So to date, we've sold 5,200 homes in Vistancia, and we have about 13,000 residents here. Ultimately, we'll have 10,500 homes here. Close to 30,000 people will call Vistancia their home.
Wow.
Yeah, and the way that we have set up our community, as you know, is we have distinct lifestyle villages or lifestyle communities, and we have 3 right now that are actively selling. We have the village of Vistancia, which is primarily targeted for families, based around generous open space, K-8 schools, park sites. Our Discovery Trail, our signature amenity, is part of that, as part of the entire master plan. We also have Trilogy, which is the active adult resort lifestyle community. And we have Blackstone, which is our private country club with luxury production homes as well as custom home sites.
Well, standing in the middle of this beautiful, pristine Sonoran desert, I can see that one of your priorities is to make sure that your community is built with a priority of the open space and the natural environment. Can you tell me a little bit about how you build under those circumstances?
Absolutely. Kathy, as a cornerstone to our planning, we really look at the value that the natural open space brings to not only the master plan itself, but also to our residents when they come and they want to invest in Vistancia. They look for opportunities to recreate, whether it's active or passive. And you know what? Natural area open space is a key component, and we really do believe that it will help us continue to be one of the most successful communities in the North Valley.
Yeah, now you've told me before that you have actually done surveys of what people want in a community. And what did you determine?
Well, you know what, we have looked at this many times, and overwhelmingly the number one response when we ask residents or prospective residents what they look for in a master plan, it's open space, it's hiking trails, and the ability to be access to those.
Yeah, and we have determined that same thing for the reason that people are moving to Peoria as a whole. They want to be able to have this resort-style life, this quality of life. And one thing that we need to be sure that we do, I think it is our responsibility right here and right now to say that we are going to make sure that we protect this lifestyle, not only for the generation that we have now, but for future generations, our children's children. And so we need to maintain this open space and make sure that we develop in a smart way from now on, the way that Vistancia is developing, so that all of the master plan communities, all of the other developments that happen in North Peoria are developing with the similar kind of structure that you have developed with. So it's incredible. The 30,000 people that are going to live in Vistancia really are something that we need to look at for how we develop the rest of our city.
I think you're absolutely right, and I think it's easily done, especially if you look behind you with these beautiful landforms. You know, they just ask for, you know, the ability to have opportunities for everyone, not just residents of Vistancia or residents of other communities, but the entire city of Peoria. To have them come out there and enjoy these is very, very important.
So when you develop around these beautiful mountains, then you are going to donate these mountains back to the city, the citizens of Peoria. Is that correct?
That's correct. As part of our master plan, we have over 1,200 acres of natural area open space will be maintained in its pristine condition, accessible to the public.
Okay. For now and for always.
Forever, absolutely.
Accessible to the public. That is incredible. Well, back to Vistancia for a minute, if you don't mind going there. I know that Vistancia has won several awards. Can you tell me about those?
Well, thank you. We have. We've been very fortunate. We've been voted for the past 3 years the #1 master plan community in Arizona. So I'll tell you, it's a great,
Wow,
it's a great,
that's huge.
it's a great accolade from our peers, and you know, I think it really is a testament of really the ownership of Vistancia, and those that have believed in the quality of this master plan have not changed course when the market was not there for us. And I'll tell you what, I believe that we will all celebrate in making sure that this master plan continues to grow as it's intended to be. And I believe it's going to be continuing to be one of the best master plans in the state of Arizona.
Yeah, I completely agree. It is really just a treasure for the city of Peoria, for the residents of Peoria. And again, like I say, it is you know, a great building block for the way we are going to grow our city. I mean, we only have built half of a city, so we have another half to build out. We have to learn from the things that we've done right and make sure that we do them again and again and again. And preserving this beautiful Sonoran desert is critical for the future of our city.
I would agree. You know, like you said, I mean, your future growth is standing behind you here.
Right.
And it's the importance of, I mean, look what other cities have done to make sure that they've, you know, done everything they could to provide that access to that natural area.
Yes. So we have just walked across the bridge over the Central Arizona Project Canal. And I know that when you first started building Vistancia so many years ago, you always talked about the second phase when you would go over the Central Arizona Project Canal. And it seemed so long ago at that time. And you've gone through a lot of things since then, a lot of economic things, a lot of build out things, a lot of things with the residents who now call this home. So the second phase, when I look around, it is just a beautiful, beautiful environment. Tell me a little bit about the second phase.
Absolutely. Well, the bridge was supposed to be built in 2006, Kathy, but this economy just didn't want to participate on that, so they want to go along with that. But yes, we're so you know, fortunate to have the second half of our community to look like this. We have 3,500 acres north of the CAP, which will be developed very similar to what we've developed south of the CAP, meaning that there'll be lifestyle communities. But these communities will evolve differently. They'll live around and really be planned around the natural area open space, really incorporating those in the lifestyle that we'll be selling up here. So it's very exciting. As you can see, we've started to transform some of the land, you know, with taking out the native desert planting that we nursery. We put in a nursery the trees and the saguaros and the cacti, and we put them back in as part of our landscaping. We're working with the city's Parks and Recreation Department to really look at how we create this preserve area, how we create trailheads, park systems that are different than what you see south of the CAP or in other areas of the city that don't have this type of terrain, to allow, you know, the multi-purpose trail system up there for horseback riding, mountain biking, and hiking. So as these community grows, they will be the flagship of Vistancia in the future for sure.
Right. And so just so I understand, all of the native plants that you remove to make houses, to build houses, you are going to put those all back in. Nothing is damaged or goes to waste.
That's correct. Just for an example here, we've invested over $1 million in taking out the existing vegetation in the early phases in the north and we'll use those material, all that plant material will be going right back into the medians, to the open space areas, and as part of the landscaping for those subdivisions.
That's great stewardship. So in addition to all of the beautiful homes that are about to happen out here, there is also a commercial core. And I know that you are very, very involved in economic development with the City of Peoria, serving on our Economic Development Advisory Board, which, by the way, I thank you for.
It's a pleasure.
But so tell me a little bit about the economic development that is happening in Vistancia, 500 acres of commercially zoned land.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? It's in a perfect location. You know, it's 500 acres adjacent to the 303. We have 2 full service interchanges off the 303 that serve that commercial core. We've worked very hard in our entitlements and our planning with the City of Peoria, and thanks to you, Kathy, because you and the City Council have really helped us create what we believe is a very attractive mega site for future employment in this valley, and we need that, as you well know. So we're ready to go. You know, we have all the infrastructure in place, we have all the entitlements in place for that land. It's all we need is someone to come plant a flag, and we're working very hard not only with the Peoria Economic Development Group, Scott White and his team, but also with GPEC and Arizona Commerce Authority. So it will be there. You know, the infrastructure is there. Everything is set up for a very successful future in the commercial core. And it's just a matter of, you know, some things we have to wait a little bit, you know, and that's just one of the things that we're going to need is to have a little bit of patience, but it'll be worth it for us.
Well, I know that it will be worth it for us. I wish I had a little more patience, but I'm working on that.
Yeah, well, I think we all are.
Yes. Well, Mark, thank you so much for joining me out here today. It was really a pleasure, and thank you for everything that you're doing for Peoria and economic development.
Thanks, Kathy. It was a pleasure. Thanks very much.